Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's Network 216 exclusive. I am your host, Tyler Johnson. You guys can give me a follow on Twitter at T_Johnson_TJ. Today, we are joined by Ohio State's four-star quarterback recruit, Lincoln Kienholz. Lincoln, appreciate you joining me today, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Really good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime. It's our pleasure to be able to have you on today. Just a reminder, guys, before we get into today's video, just be sure to drop a like on today's video. Really helps Network 216 channel grow. But also subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Also, you guys can see I am currently doing this from my car. Got time zones confused, so that's on me. But you know what? We're still going to make it happen. So first off, Lincoln, the first thing I want to start with for you, you're a three-sport athlete, and you're an excellent athlete at all three sports you play. Has football always been the number one sport for you and the one that you were determined to play in college, or how did that process work for you?
It hasn't. Actually, it started with basketball because, it just started when I was young, and I loved playing basketball a lot more. And I actually plan on going to play college basketball, probably like I think my junior year. And then I started getting all these football offers, and I was like, man, I'm just going to switch over to football. So, yeah, and then it just kind of went from there. And then, my senior season was awesome. I had a blast with that too. And, yeah, so here I am.
It's awesome, man. No, seriously, that's awesome. I love hearing that, especially, again, it's not common now that we have three-sport athletes that excel at all three sports. So it's awesome to hear that, and it kind of leads me into my next question. So your recruiting came down to Ohio State and Washington at the very end there. And what really took it for you to make that decision to commit to the Buckeyes?
I went on my official visit. It was like November 26th or whenever the game against the team up north was. And, just the rivalry and just the buildup of the game. Facilities, coaches, players. I just kind of bonded with everyone there. And, I had a blast. And, I switched over from then. So.
Love it, yeah. Buckeye fans always like to hear any recruit that mentions the game because that, for us, is still the biggest. There's nothing that's ever going to come close to that. There's a great documentary, by the way, on Amazon. If you ever check it out, it's about the game. It's fantastic. Right. That'll get you pumped up and ready to go for the rivalry. But as you're approaching Ohio State and going through this process, what's it like for you knowing you're going to a college that is known for producing really good pro quarterbacks? Ryan Day's had Justin Fields, now C.J. Stroud. He's had the opportunity, as soon as he's become head coach, to work with some really top-notch quarterbacks. And what does that mean for you, and how does that make you feel knowing you're going into that type of environment?
Yeah, it's promising for sure. And, that's just something that I also looked into for my recruiting was – just a program that can get me, just through this next level and then hopefully onto the NFL. So,
Yeah. And one thing you got to do, which was awesome, and believe me, all Buckeye fans were tuning into this, you had the opportunity to play in the All-American Bowl with Carnell Tate and Brandon Innes. What was that like for you, getting to play with some of your future teammates in that type of environment?
It was fun. And, I think that week was just way different than, just of what I'm used to, really, just because, it's like the best players in the country are there and we're all playing either on the same team or against each other. And, so it's just new, but, it was Luke, Carnell, and Brandon. I think those three were all on a different team than me, so I actually didn't get to play with them directly, but like for practices and stuff, I got to see them, and then when you're hanging out with everyone, we got to see them too, so it was good.
Yeah, believe me, a lot of Buckeye fans were tuning into that, and that's always really cool when some of our new players are able to compete at that high level of competition. So as you're transitioning from high school to college, what do you think will be the biggest adjustment for you personally going from the high school game to the college game?
I think probably just the speed of the game and then the verbiage and just learning everything like that. I mean, it's just gonna be a whole new thing for me. And I mean, I think for a quarterback, you got to know a lot of stuff like that. And I mean, it might take a little while for me to get used to it, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's always that big type of adjustment, but again, you have the opportunity to go into Ohio State, a great place, especially for quarterbacks, and can't wait to see you succeed first and foremost. Now, as a quarterback yourself, because all quarterbacks watch all Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, I mean, you name it, Bryce Young. They also watch Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Who, if you could pick one quarterback that you really try and take something from your game and apply it to, who would you say that quarterback is for you?
Probably Joe Burrow, Justin Fields as well, just with the dual threat. And then also, I mean, CJ, I watched him all season long. I also watched Bryce Young all season long too. So I think just a mixture of those four guys.
Yeah, a great choices there. Joe Burrow. It worked out for him for sure. I wish he could have stayed a Buckeye. I really do. It just would have been an awesome story. But yeah, Joey B is definitely a really good one to really take away there for sure. And so the one thing, especially again going to the college level, is one thing from your game that you really want to take and improve. Like one thing from your game that you know for sure that you really need to improve at that next level that you're working to improve.
I think just more of my pass game probably, and then reads, and I mean just like the protection part of it, and I mean I think more like the pen and paper stuff probably.
Yeah, and I would agree with that too, because that is a huge adjustment. You mentioned it earlier. Terminology is always a big one there, for sure. What are you gonna miss most about playing high school football?
I mean, probably just playing with my friends, because I mean I've been around them my whole life. And then coaches, the community, my school. I mean, just all those things. But I mean, I just know that I have everyone behind me on this, and I have everyone supporting me. So.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I know you came from like a smaller school, a small area. I grew up in a small area myself, a very small village. So I get it. Once you go off to college, and after being a high school athlete, you develop so many friendships because you played with those guys literally since you were growing up. So I can completely understand that. And to wrap things up here, what do you want Buckeye fans to know about the type of player in person that they are going to be getting?
I mean, for a person, I mean, it's probably just a good guy, a good teammate, a dual threat quarterback, a guy that's willing to come in and work hard and compete for a job. And I mean, hopefully come in and get some wins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. We're going to come in here and we're going to beat that team up north. That's for sure. Number one goal. We joke about as Buckeye fans, just so you know, like we could hypothetically lose every game. And if we won that game, we would be happy. That's obviously not the that's not the expectation. It's just, that's how Buckeye fans are. That's how we're wired. We win that one game. We have those bragging rights all year. So it's been a couple of years now. So it's up to you to get us back on that winning track, my man.
Yes, sir.
And Lincoln, real quick, let everyone know just where they can find you on social media. That way they can go over and give you a follow.
Yeah. On Instagram, it's Lincoln.Kienholz. And then Twitter is Lincoln Kienholz 3. That's it. So.
Awesome. Well, Lincoln, I really appreciate you joining me again and making the time. Like I said, we know you're a 3-sport athlete, but I know Buckeye fans are loving the fact they're going to get to hear from you and really want to welcome you to Columbus. So congratulations on choosing the Buckeyes. We can't wait to have you arrive on campus.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you. Thank you very much. Guys, that's been today's Network 216 exclusive. Thank you all for tuning in, and go Buckeyes.